I'm making some gravy and biscuits. All I'm going to do is discuss the gravy. Biscuits is, I guess, a video for another time. I just want to show how we do the gravy. So we'll do some frozen biscuits in the oven, but the main thing is the gravy. So all we need to do is, of course, we got the salt and pepper. We've got some sausage. I like to make the sausage gravy. We got the grandchild running through the kitchen here. Attaboy. You want a what? You want egg? Okay, we'll make you egg. And then we do our roux for our gravy. Now the roux consists of basically just half and half, 50% fat, so it could be butter, bacon grease, sausage. We're going to kind of do a little combination here because I'm guessing we're not probably going to get enough grease out of this sausage. So we'll throw in a little bit extra. Right now, if you can pan over here, we've got some bacon grease going on. We're just cooking up some bacon to make some more grease here. Have that on the side if and when we need it.
Now, is the cast iron a good idea in this
Cast
kitchen?
iron's the ultimate. Every cast iron leaks a little bit of iron for you, which is always a good thing, and it keeps a steady temperature. I mean, you just can't beat cast iron. It's just, I just love cast iron. Anyway, all right, so let's go back to finished product. So as I said, we've got 50% of the fat, and then here's the flour. I don't even know with this white bowl if you can see it, but we've got flour here. AP flour, real easy. And then here's our liquid that we finish off with. We got some good old, right now, some good old Borden's milk here. You can do 2% whole milk, whatever you like. You know, usually people do whole milk. We're a 2% family, so that's the way we roll. And I do have one little thing that I use. Any kind of cream sauce, which this basically is, it's a white cream sauce. I use a little bit of fresh nutmeg and grate it in, and it makes it just kind of, it's the what is it you call that?
Cat's meow?
The cat's meow. I'll think of the word. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. I just finished making that bacon for some extra grease, and as you can see, it's got it in there, but that's okay. This is great flavoring. I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna throw the sausage in, and I'm gonna just cook all that up. Let's see here. Let's use this to flatten it up a
Got it
little
on kind
bit.
of a low to medium heat, it looks like.
Yeah. Don't want to go too hard. Like I said, with this cast iron, man, and you don't have to use cast iron. To be honest, most people I know don't have cast iron. But this cast iron will retain heat, so you know, to be commensurate with a regular pan, you would put it maybe on 3/4 up, you know, on 6 or 8, versus which is just about all the way. Only halfway you would have to do. Medium would be a high for any other pan. So low is still pretty much a medium for any other pan because this retains the heat so well. And I'm lucky that I've got this right here. This is one of my, once again, Diane with the Pampered Chef that she got me. This thing breaks up the meat so well. So we'll let this cook a little bit. We'll just chop it up, and then we'll be back to make our roux, which is the key to the whole thing. So we'll see you in a bit. Close to the end here. Just got some red parts. I'm gonna chop that up, and we're virtually gonna be right there, baby. I love this tool, man. Pampered Chef. Get it all really ground up, you know.
you don't want big chunks. You want it all.
No, I mean, I guess you could have big chunks. I don't. You know, that's a cool thing about this. I mean, anything goes. Use whole fat milk. Use 2%. Cheese. Use whatever you want to use.
Open the fridge and see what you got.
Yeah, and but you don't even have to make sausage. You can just make the fat. My mom used to just make it with butter, and that was her fat. And I'll tell you, we loved it.
So you don't even have to have sausage.
No, you don't even have to have sausage. I mean, it's not, of course, sausage gravy now, but it's gravy because the secret behind making a gravy is just the roux. So you make 50% fat, 50% flour, and if you want it a little thicker, you can put a little flour, but that's your rule of thumb. And you know, this sausage, man, kind of kicks it up a step. So anyway, looking good here. So why don't we remove this? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to remove this. I am going to keep this in here. I'm going to throw some flour in here. We'll throw some more, some of that bacon grease, because as you can see, check this out. If you can get the pan in closer again, I mean, it's great, and it is a fatty meat, but it really doesn't give us any grease to speak of, and we need plenty more grease if we're going to make a gravy. So, that being said, let's add some good flavor. Instead of just hitting it with some butter, let's hit it with some of this.
And that's all the grease from the bacon.
That's all the grease. Let me see. Let me go ahead and get a spoon here so I don't mess it up and spill it all over the place.
Now those chunks in the bottom, is that?
Oh, good point. All those
that?
chunks in the bottom that kind of stuck, most of them have come up, but they're flavor. They're nothing but flavor, baby.
What about in the bottom of that?
Oh, this is bacon grease, so that's flavor too. You see the.
But I mean, do you have to worry about getting the grounds, the little pieces in the
Oh
bottom?
goodness, no. Gosh, no.
That's all flavor.
That's all flavor. That's all flavor. So we've got a decent amount of grease in here. I mean, if we scooted that back, you could see there's a decent amount of grease. Now, I've done this long enough to where you know how much to get how much flour. I've been preaching the 50% flour to fat ratio, but we'll just put some flour in here until we feel like we've reached that point. So that being said, let's grab the flour. William, you ready to let me use the flour? Can Peppa use it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, time to go over here. Okay. All right. Let's see. We've got a mixer or a. All right, I'm drawing a blank. What do you call this, Jordan?
It's a
whisk.
A whisk. There we
Man,
go.
I tell you what, we need another drink of our red eye to get. Here we go.
Johnny Lambone cooks.
Red eye, baby.
That's right.
There you go. Okay. So let's throw. This is going to be a big one, I can tell. So we're just going to mix it around. A little bit of flour. This is all-purpose flour, by the way. All right, let's mix this bad boy around a little bit. Now, the key in making this is to, as far as the flour goes, make sure that your flour, the white part, is totally disintegrated. As you can see, it's starting to get a little thick. She's starting to become a gravy now.
And that's a medium heat.
Yep, we're on a medium heat. You go too high, and it's just going to burn everything. So I can tell we need more flour. We're way behind on the flour ratio just yet. But you don't want to dump it all in all at once, of course.
So why do you got to cook the flour?
Well, if you don't cook the flour, you're going to get a tremendous, every now and then you're going to hit a bite that's just going to taste nothing like flour, and
you know, sort of cook the taste out.
Yeah, and it gets, the more you cook it, the more, it's almost like it acquires like a nutty taste. Now it's not like a big time nut or something, but it the more you cook it and the deeper the color gets, but it's fine. Now it's hard to tell, but there's basically a roux. I don't know if you can tell that it's a thicker, everything's all clumped up here. We still probably need some more flour, so let's hit it some more with a little bit more flour. And then we'll come with the milk once we get the right ratio. I think this is going to get us close to where we need to be. Right. I know, buddy. All right. Oh man, we got a lot of sausage in this. This is going to be a huge dish, I'll tell you what. All right. Let's just do a little bit more flour. We'll cook this in just a little bit more, and then we're going to hit it with cream, and then we're going to be done. All right, all the flour is broken down. And you can see there's, well, it's hard to tell, but there's some stuff still stuck on the bottom of the pan here. That's nothing but flavor. It hasn't burnt. We're mixing it around so it hasn't burnt. So we're going to hit it with this milk now. And it's going to thicken up, like, watch how fast it thickens up. As it gets exposed to that roux, boom. See the thickness of it?
Oh wow.
I mean, it thickened up right away. So let's hit it with some more. And truthfully, I hope we've got enough pan to accommodate all this milk we're going to need to get it, to thin it out, because this is a tremendous amount. Oh, Papa Terry's coming. Here we go. All right, now it's thinning out a little bit. All right, we put a little bit more milk in here. Now as it heats up. Okay. Told us we need a little bit more time on that. Probably just a little bit more. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe another minute. But
maybe another minute, but they look close. We're cooking our frozen. Well, they were frozen. Let's say. Now you can see that this is real thin. But let's just heat it up for a minute, and it'll thicken up like crazy. I won't say like crazy, but it will thicken up. He's been, as you can see, this is thickened up. All I've done is just kept the heat on and just consistently whisking it to make sure that it's done. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll leave that just for a second, and the biscuits are ready. So let's go ahead and get these biscuits out.
Oh wow, those are perfect.
Perfectly golden brown, wouldn't you say?
Those are perfect.
William, look at these biscuits. What do you think? Yeah, they're good. What do you think? Tell Papa. You like them?
Yeah, I like them.
You like them. Okay, we'll put them right here for just a minute.
Yep.
let's go ahead and finish this up. Look how thick this is. So basically, cooking it obviously has just taken some of the moisture out of it, and therefore it thickens up. But you just add a little bit of milk and slowly work it in. And one thing I haven't hit yet, and it's time to really taste where we're at. I haven't put any salt and pepper in. I know I'll need it, and I haven't put any nutmeg in. So we're going to go to that. See, we've got our salt and pepper. We've got our nutmeg. I'm going to grab a spoon here. Yeah, buddy. I said, okay, so I grabbed some spoons here. Let's take a taste and see where we're at right now. We just need a taste of the cream. Man, it tastes fantastic, but it obviously needs some salt and pepper. So we'll grab some salt, and this is kosher salt. And this is, as they say, to taste, so you kind of get familiar. Best way to do it is to find where you're at with a little bit of salt until you get a feel for how much to put in. You want down? Okay. Okay, 1 second here, buddy. Papa, I'll get you down. And then we hit it with some cracked black pepper. Love that cracked black pepper. But on that salt, you basically just get... You can always put more in, but if you hit it too much, it's going to be over-salted, and that can be really just too much. Yesterday, or the day before, William and I made some eggs, and he likes to put his own salt in there, and he just got a little bit aggressive, which he didn't know. And he put a lot in, and I'll tell you, he only had a few bites of it because it was just too overwhelming. So let's see where we're at here. Oh man, perfect. Let's hit it with a little bit of nutmeg for the pièce de résistance, right?
For the unami.
The unami. That was the word I was looking for earlier. And I did it. Oh man, that's always my...
You dropped it in there?
That is my lot in life, to always drop the nutmeg in. So let's grab another nutmeg.
How many nutmegs have you dropped in there?
Oh man, I'll tell you, I dropped at least 75% of the time, I drop the nutmeg in. I knock over the coffee, I spill my beer. I mean, that's why they called me Messy Marvin back in college, right? All right, so we got a little bit of that to mix everything through. Keeping in mind that the more we keep it on that heat, the thicker it's going to get. And you can see it's thinned out a lot. But it is going to be so good, I'm telling you. We've got all that bacon grease flavor, all that sausage flavor, perfect amount of salt and pepper, and the umami of the nutmeg. All right, let's see where we're at now. Oh, this is delicious, so delicious. Now, here's where we are on our thickness. As it just depends on how do you like your gravy. This will thicken up within a few minutes. Maybe we'll have it when it's thickened up just a little bit more. Because it's to be honest, it's not real hot right now because we threw in some cold milk. So let's give it a few minutes. We'll go ahead and get the plates out and get ready to eat, and maybe we'll make us a dish here. can see it's thickened up. Just a little bit of time on the heat. I turned the heat off because we don't want it to thicken up anymore, but let me show you here. As creamy as it was just a minute ago, now it's a little thicker. And look, it's an ever-evolving thing, so if it gets too thick halfway through dinner and Pepal Terry wants another plate, then we'll just, and it's too thick for him, we'll just hit it with a little bit of milk, mix it around for a minute, thickens right up. So let's make us a plate.
Wait, so the milk thins it, but how do you thicken it? You gotta add more flour?
No, we don't need to throw any flour. We're just gonna throw a little milk if we need it to thin it out.
But if it gets, it just will get thicker as it cooks.
And as the heat will just automatically, as you can see, dissipate the moisture, and therefore it thickens up. Just what do you call it? Chemistry, or it's over my head. So we took some beautiful biscuits. Let's pour a little bit over top of it. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Look at that. It looks so beautiful. Let's make a mess here. It wouldn't be right if it wasn't a mess. Okay, let's sit right here. I gotta take the official bite, right?
You don't get a good picture here.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Picture and video.
Oh man, I just love that. I love that. All right, so let's take a bite of that bad boy. Oh man, that's good. That's really good stuff.
Nailed it, huh?
That really is good stuff, man. Everybody's gonna like that. Here's to you. Cheese. Everybody's eating the gravy and biscuits.
So good.
So good.
All right.
So yay!
I'm already planning my nap time.
You know how like when you go to a buffet, you can sometimes
Do a clap. I guess we don't need it all the videos on the same track. Alright.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
All right. I just threw this in here. I'm just making some grease.
What do you got here? Some bacon, huh?
Yeah, bacon. It's frozen and I'm trying to break it down. I'm just making some grease.
What do we need the grease for?
Well, we're making some grease because we're gonna make sausage gravy. The sausage gravy sausage, if you will, doesn't really give off a lot of fat. I mean, I guess you can get some real cheap stuff that does, but inevitably you're going to be behind the 8 ball on fat, and you're going to have to throw in some more, like your butter, which is okay, any kind of fat.
The butter does the same thing, just not as flavorful.
Yeah, just fat. So
we like bacon grease.
Bacon grease, you can never go wrong, right?
That's right.
So anyway.
That's it?
That's it. My blog post. A couple of pictures of maybe, you know.
Here. Look at here.
Look at Daddy.
Come on, act like you're liking it.
Hey, Pepal Terry.
That light's like so bright. William's putting
Okay, Latte.
all-purpose flour on the butter.
Is he?
He thinks he's making his own dish.